just going to show you a quick video of how to tie a simple hair rig for corn using a Nautilus knot and a single piece of mono. First step, pick your hook length, your rig length. I've got about 12 inches here just to give me plenty of space. It's probably a bit much, but obviously you don't want to waste line, so make sure you're selecting that length for how you like to tie. And next, get your silicone tube there. This goes down the on the bend of the hook and helps you position the fly and the hair, and how you can present that underwater as well. So just use a couple of mil section. Hopefully you can see that there. Right, so start tying the rig. There you've got a just an overhand loop. Just tie a normal loop on the end of the line, and have that. You don't want that too big. I mean, it all depends what bait you're going to rig onto it. You can see there that's not a massive loop, but all of that will be covered in by the bait, and so will be invisible and undetectable to the fish. Snip off your tag end. So the next step is thread the silicone tube onto the mono, and then slide that down to the loop end just to keep it out of the way. Now let's have a look at the hook. This is some, I don't know what this is, cheapy thing. I think this might be one of my Poundland hauls I got, Pound World, when it was closing down. I've not really used these. You can see there where the wire's been cut and bent round to form the eye. That's a little bit of a rough cut there, to be honest. So just when we're tying this, we're just going to keep the line away from that because it could be sharp, and just worth checking the eyes on your hooks that you could have a little sharp bit there, which could make a weakness if you did hook a fish. Thread the mono, the non-loop end, obviously through the eye, on the back of the shank, and then thread the silicone tube onto the hook itself. Just be careful not to catch the silicone on the point of the hook if it's very sharp, because it could tear the silicone. Just bring that round to the point that you want it on the bend of the hook, probably just sort of there, and then you set the line of your hair. Because we're rigging corn, we don't want this particularly long. We want to be able to hide this loop and tag end in the bait. So I'm going to do this. It probably looks abnormally short because of the size of the hook, but there, that might even be. You get three niblets of corn on there anyway. So you can now see it's taking shape. The next bit now is let's tie our Nautilus knot, and that is a really simple knot. There are good videos on how to tie them, but also it's once you've done it once, they're easy to remember and you don't need to sort of worry about it. So you just take turns round the shank of the hook, really. It's up to you how many you do. Probably 5 would be sufficient. I'm going to do a few more because this is a big hook and it's a demonstration, so just so you can see what I'm doing. You can see it nice and neat, butted up against each other, starting at the eye end and working your way back down the hook. Pinch it there with the line coming off the top, and then simply thread it back through the top of the eye. Pull it, and that effectively is your Nautilus knot. So that there, really quick and easy to do. You can tie a hair rig on the bank. So I'll just put some bait on that now, and you can see what that looks like. Put your bait stop through. I've got a yellow one there match the corn. That's an overkill. That's like a meat stop there, really. You could either trim that down or use a little pellet or small boilie stop. But yeah, you can see that hair's quite stiff. You can see it springing around. Now, some people don't like the stiffness of mono. They think the fish can detect it with their lips or whiskers as they're taking the bait. But then I've heard other people say that a good stiff mono helps if a fish tries to eject the hook. It makes the hook set as the fish is ejecting it, and so when you strike, you're getting a much better sort of hook setting. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you. You could use braid for this as well, and that would be equally as good and be a lot more floppy. So present the bait slightly differently. This is the sort of thing I'd use for catching bream on the Norfolk Broads, or on a commercial lake where the fish are, carp fishery are hungry and they're kind of competing, so they're less finicky. But if you're doing finesse fishing, then definitely the stiffness of the line is something to consider when you're making your hair rigs. So hopefully that's been useful for you guys, and you can see how to tie that, and you can make some good use of that yourself. So thanks for watching, and fish on, guys. Cheers.